Hello everybody, welcome back to the Craft Beer Hub. I've got another beer review for you, and it is a beer that is in this machine, my beer monster. I absolutely love this machine. Yeah, I love it. I absolutely love this machine. Got no bad words to say about it. The carbonate, the gas thing, because you have to adjust the gas and apply the gas in the top, that doesn't bother me because it means I get to drink sensational beer all the time, and it's totally my choice. So, what have we got in the beer machine? It is a Lord's Brewing B2 Black IPA. This beer was released in the summer. If you went to Brew London and you visited the Lord's Bar, you probably would have seen this beer on there. Although it did sell out, I believe. I think people are absolutely loving it. It's ABV. I think it's 4.2. John's going to kill me. Let's quickly look. Let's have a quick look. 4.8, I should say. It's, yeah, a black IPA. I know John's really proud of this beer. This was part of a beer. John's an aeroplane nerd. So if you have a look at the pump clip, it's of a B2 bomber. There you go. And there was the B2 Black IPA. There was the Nighthawk, which was the American. It was one of my favourite beers at Brew London. It was an American Best Bitter, was it? And then there was LA Speed Check, which was the Mountain IPA. John actually sent me a 5-litre mini keg of this B2 Black IPA and an LA Speed Check. But as some of you will know, if you watch one of, I think it was John's stream a couple of weeks ago now, I drank the whole thing in one night on a weeknight, and I was quite bad in the morning, and I felt bad for John because he sent it to me. I wanted to review it for him, and my enthusiasm to drink the beer got the better of me. But here we are. I should say I tapped this keg 4 days ago. It's been chilled at around 7 degrees ever since, which should be a great temperature for this beer. Maybe a little bit cold, but yeah. Let's get this into the glass then. Right, I'm just going to adjust the gas. Boom, there we go. So yeah, this keg is a few days old, so this is a bit of a test for the beer monster, and it's a bit of a test for the beer. Boom, and there we go, as it finishes developing in the glass. Look at that. Yes. Lovely cream, almost like a 2-level head. You've got a lovely Guinness-like creamy head with the bigger bubbles on top. Boom. There we go. What have we got in the glass then? A lovely, really, really deep red beer, this. And I say deep red because I've got the light behind it. To you, it will look jet black. But it's bordering on black. We've got a 1-finger, lovely, creamy, slightly off-white head. First impressions are, this looks incredible. Let's get an aroma then. I've filled it up a bit too much. Lovely citrus. Soft citrus, sweet citrus. But there is a hint of that dark malt in there as well. It's almost like lemon coffee. That's what I'm getting. Really lemony citrus, and then you're getting lovely coffee from that dark malt. So I should say at this point, if you've never had a black IPA and you don't see this style much, it kind of come back in vogue about 18 months ago, but it's really everywhere now. A black IPA is basically a really hoppy IPA, but it's brewed with some dark malt. It's not a fully dark malt beer, not generally speaking. But there is some dark malts that are thrown in. It depends on brewer, really. This could all be dark malt, but generally it's some dark malt. And what I think the nice balance is, it's black. There's a slight hint of that dark malt, but the hops do all the work, or most of the work, 99% of the work. So it'd be interesting actually, because I did sink a few of these last week on a stream, and I wasn't really thinking too hard about it, but it'd be really interesting to get my head into it now. Just, yeah. Cheers, everybody. ignore that machine. I'm going to have to go in again. That totally put me off. Let's turn that machine off. Boom, there we go. Yeah, that's lovely. Oh, the bitterness. And the bitterness comes back with coffee as well. Yeah, it's coffee and bready to start. Then you do get the hop notes, that bitterness. There's some lovely citrus hop notes in there as well. You get your lemons, your limes. I'm getting a bit of grapefruit. And then the back of the beer, the bitterness is pretty much grapefruit and coffee. The coffee comes back for me at the end. You think you got past the coffee with the dark malts, but you haven't. Slight hint of dark fruit in there as well. But the hops are all citrus for me. And grapefruit. Lemon, lime, grapefruit. This beer's never really all that sweet. Never really all that sweet at all. But it does a blooming good job. Yeah, I think that's really quite nice. It's got a bit of, there's a bit of bite in the mouthfeel as well. It's probably a little bit cold. I probably should notch that up a little bit. Yeah, notch that up to about 8 degrees. It was set to 6. The beer's probably a little bit cold. I think I think a beer like this, you'd probably get a few more flavours if it wasn't so cold. It's just never sweet, this beer. And then it's like a 2-stage coffee for me. Bit before, bit at the back. Bit of dark chocolate in there at the back as well. But that coffee really sandwiches a nice little citrus and grapefruit hop explosion. Yeah, really quite nice. Yeah, that's good. How would I rate it? I think it does a lot for me. Obviously, these sort of style straddling or splitting beers, I'm never really that much of a fan of. But this ticks all the boxes. It's although it's got dark malt in it, it's actually quite crisp. It's quite refreshing. The dark malt doesn't override a beer. It's not a stout with some hops in it. It's an IPA with dark malt in it, because sometimes when people brew black IPAs, they're like porters with hops in it. And but this isn't any. This is a very good example of the style of beer. I'm going to give that a 4 out of 5. I really think that's quite nice. And to be honest, Beer Machine's done well. It tastes just as good as it did 4 days ago. There we go. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Have you had this beer? Black IPAs, are they your thing? Get in the comments, let me know. They're not really my thing, if I'm entirely honest. But yeah, this was quite a good example of one. And like and subscribe if you would be so kind. I will see you on the next one. Cheers.